is your year of the Lord's glory. The year of the Lord's glory. They said to you that your God cannot do it. They said to you, are you sure you are a Christian? They said to you, all this your prayer has no effect. They have mocked at you. They have laughed at you. They have tried to make you feel like you are worthless. And you have been enduring, persevering, waiting. This is that year. Churches will be strongly oppose an attack in this 2024. There will be a strong resistance against church. A strong resistance. Because I saw a group of people who are making cases, looking for issues, setting up some deformations, some issues that they will use to rub on many greats or people who have invested their time in Pentecostal churches and some other denominations. They want to make church to look like a con place, a place where they brainwash, deceive, and steal members or congregants' money. They will sell this narrative with a lot of evidence and accusation of deformation from some quack-requas pastors who them they know they are actually not genuine by their way of operation. And this will rub on genuine churches that has built strength and fervency in God. The interest of going to church will be attacked. The interest of being in a fellowship will be attacked. They will sell this narrative until even being a Christian, you can be shy to say you are a Christian, because the things you'll be hearing that this church did, that church did, this one did, but all these are being set up against the church to kill the strength. It will be all over. You will see them in the news. You will see some will even come out and do confession. Some of them are set up just to discredit the credit of Christianity.
Yeah, he was a serial predator.
One of the worst disasters ever to strike a place of worship.
TB Joshua was perpetrating crimes on a global scale for 30 plus years.
I am a serial killer.
I think everybody that came from that place has guilt.
This is terrible.
He took people who were good, caring, kind, lovely people, and he turned them into monsters.
You will say, I said it. It's good to be back. Happy New Year, viewers, all our friends and family online. Happy New Year. Welcome to the year of the Lord's glory. I'm happy to be here on this platform, Family Clinic, after a long break. And I'm sure you are happy to be here also. Just to remind you, if you have not shared, if you have not tell a friend to tell another friend that we are live, do it quickly. Today is a special day, and I believe starting with the year with information that can help you develop yourself is a key to your achieving your goals for 2024. So I encourage you, tell a friend, tag someone to tag another person, put it on your WhatsApp status, comment. Don't forget how we do it. You are free to comment on the topic I'm going to be taking. Afterwards, I'm going to look into those questions, and by the help of the Holy Spirit, I will be able to guide us. Right now, let's not waste time. I'm already eagerly waiting for this long to share information, revelation with you. And today, I'm starting with a topic: avoiding negative relationships. Avoiding negative relationship. One of the things that has been destroying the humanity is negative association. When you expose yourself to negative relationship, it brings a lot of destabilization or emotional torture, mental imbalance, and even physical challenges to your health. So you must know that in your life, you have a decision to make. What kind of persons, what kind of relationship you should be involved in. Because if you are involved with negative people, if you don't know how to avoid negative relationship, your life will be a misery. People will come into your life and make you suffer. So you must be wise enough to choose not to be among negative relationship. Now, just for detailed explanation, negative relationship, I can list maybe 7 types of relationship that you must be careful that they are not having a negative impact in your life. If you don't manage them or avoid the negativity in them, you will be shocked how this can shape in your life or destroy your life. So when you look at relationship, we have many types of relationship. And I don't want to assume you know all the relationships. I want to list the ones that I feel they are very vital to your spirituality and to everything that concerns you. One of the types of relationship we have is family relationship. We have family relationship. Number 2, we have friends. We have husband and wife relationship. We have parenting relationship. We have boss, like a superior authority relationship, your boss in the office. We have church relationship. We have spiritual sonship or daughters. We also have spiritual mother and father. These are 8 relationships that if you don't manage them or avoid negativity around it, it can destroy you. But today I'm going to lay my emphasis on family relationship. As we continue on our Tuesdays, I will explain each of these relationships so that you will get a deeper understanding and understand why you must take it very vital for a healthy life. Now, family relationship can be direct or indirect. Direct is you are born in a family. You grow up to know that you have brothers and sisters. You grow up to know you have uncles which are indirect. They are coming from probably your father's side, your mother's side, but we call all of this family in an umbrella of family. We also have an extended one that is called in-laws, son-in-laws, daughter-in-laws. These are all families. Whether it is your son-in-law, it is your daughter-in-law, it's now family because by marriage, you have shared names and exchange relationship. Now your uncles and your aunties, they become your relation or you're part of your family relationship because they belong to your father, your mother, and you are a daughter to them by extension. Then you have your siblings who are your brothers and sisters. Then you have your parents. Now these people, as simple as it sounds, they play a very vital role in our life. If this relationship with your family has no limit or boundary that you have put to protect yourself, you might end up in a very big problem. The relationship with family must have a limit. There must be boundaries that are around it. Your parents must have boundaries. You must have boundaries. Everybody must understand that if you don't put an adequate boundaries at the time that is required or needed, you can be exposed to negative relationship. Many people have become sadists because of their parental background. The experience they have from their parents, they became sadists. Some people, their moods are flying east and west because of family brought up. Some people are naturally bitter. They can't even have any happiness in them because of family brought up. So your family plays a very big role. So you must avoid negativity around it. If you don't avoid negativity around it, it has the ability to reform you into a monster. You can be shocked what you will become because you didn't pay attention to yourself. You didn't pay attention to what is in your family. Let me tell you, we are in a society whereby family is very important. What we institute in our families and how we have nurtured our families also affect the society. So negativity has no limit to say, oh, because it's my family, that's why they should be negative, that's why they should be bad to me, that's why they should do me evil thing. No. There are things that are damaging. If you stay in things that are damaging, your life will be damaged. And when your life is damaged, people who are innocent that will come into your life, they will suffer for no reason. People who you will meet maybe after 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, they will come into your life. Maybe they loved you. They want to be around you. They like your personality in appearance. When they come close to you, you are so damaged, unrepairable, that you are not compatible to be with anyone. Rather, you might even start negatively influencing anyone who tries to be very close to you. You want them to look like you, behave like you, act like you. If they can't do things in the negative way you do it because of your upbringing, you find them like they are not loyal friends. You feel like they are betrayer friends because you want them to shut the door, just the two of you to be in the house. No one else should come in because you are used to a closed door life. You are used to staying in the house alone. You are used not to be commented on. Somebody does not commend you. Nobody tells you how beautiful you are. So when someone tries to tell you you are beautiful, you feel they are mocking at you. You are so used to that negative life that you are so damaged to the people who are supposed to be your friend and they have good intention for you. This I have seen damage people even right in the church. People who claim they love God, but they are too negative. Negative in their mindset, negative in their approach. They are unrepairable entities. You can be frustrated working with them. You can be frustrated trying to impact or trying to bring that change in their life, because many of them have not been able to realize that in as much as they are used to negative life, it is not the best way of life. So they get too comfortable with their environment. They get too comfortable with their laziness, their excuses, their attitudes, nonchalantness. They feel that's their comfort, and they don't want to be left or removed out of the comfort. So just allow me to be myself. This is who I am. I can't change. Really, when you have been stalked or shaped in a negative form, let me go detailed, God helping me. And I want to encourage you to make sure you write questions. You write questions on this. Maybe it can help me to go deeper. Now, let's take parent, for instance. How do you work with your parent? We should understand when we are between underage, we should know that our parents are in charge. Young girls out there, when you are between 0 or a day old to your 18 years, you should gladly know that you owe your parents respect. Respect to their instructions. Respect to what they have to provide to you. Let's get like this. I want us to understand that God is not stupid bringing you in the family He brought you in. You might be a product of rape. You might be an unwanted baby according to your parent. But if you find yourself here, you are in the plan of God. And if God chose your parents, irrespective that they are witches, wizards, they are not good Christians, they don't have morals, God already knows this family before He sent you to them. So at that your young age, where you are between that 1 day old to 18 years, you are supposed to understand you are not supposed to have what we call fighting unnecessarily with your parent. Because I've seen children who are tormenting their parent, yet their parent pays their school fees. Their parent pays their bills. Their parent is even denying themselves the joy of their own personal life to take care of their children. But these children turn out to be very ungrateful and so negative, disrespectful, mannerless, to the point that they torment their own parents and they don't feel any remorse. They torment their parents, they don't feel any guilt, they don't have repentance, they don't even care whether their parent is crying, laughing. No, they don't care. They tell you, this is my life, I have to choose it. You have to choose it, but you don't have money to run it. This is going beyond your level and causing your parents a lot of pain. So your mother become hypertensive, not because she was when she gave birth to you. We are talking about family relationship. We are supposed to be responsible to one another. I'm supposed to be responsible as your mother by ensuring that you have your basic need between these years that has been tagged as your year of growth. So when you get to 18 years, you should have finished school according to the earth calculation, or probably at that 18 to 20 there, maybe you have gotten a job if you are very good in your academics pursuit. Now you realize most children in our families today, they can't even go to church with their parent. Remember, this is family clinic. We are here to heal issues in the family. that is gradually eating up the values and the cultures. And we are sitting down as Christians watching this decaying situation or system against our children and our families. So we are supposed to know as parents, this is what we should provide. As children, this is how we should. As a child, you owe your parents respect, honor. Your mother might not be exposed, your father might not be exposed, but you owe them as level of understanding and communication. You can't surprise them because you have a little breast. You can't surprise them because you have grass growing on your pubic parts. No, you can't. Because you have entered puberty, you say, no, now you see, now me, I have breasts, I have hair. Now I'm a big boy. You can't be big boy in someone's house. You can only be big boy when you have the ability to take care of your responsibility without dependent. Then you will rule as you want. But children of these days has put pain, negative mindset. Some mothers, some fathers, they are walking on the streets and they are talking to themselves. Semi-madness gotten from children. The same children you gave birth to. The same children you wake up very early and sleep late at night for. This is toxic. It is not supposed to be so. Children, stop harassing your parents. Stop giving your parents traumas. Stop giving your parents torment. Stop making your parents to be sick because of your character and your attitude. It is against it. That is a negative relationship. That's a relationship that is doomed to destroy someone else. Some of you, you will go out. Your phones will be off. You will not reply. You will not call. Your parents is not sleeping because you are not at home, and yet you just went to a friend's party, and everybody has to suffer because of you. That's so unfair. It's a negative relationship. It's a relationship without good value or good intention. You can't live like that as a Christian. You must allow the value that is in the parenting. Your parent has value. If God blesses you that you are from a family with a high value, where they teach their children morals, cooking, cleaning, doing all this respectful attitude, greeting one another, showing care and support, God bless you then. Because those are good values that we ought to get from our family. But today we don't have it because what is happening? The relationship are soured. They are so negative, they are so toxic, they are so unhealthy that even you are feeling, some parents are feeling, why did I ever give birth to this? And remember, some children, you were born through tears. Some children, you were born while your parents was bleeding for their own life. So it is so unfair to expose yourself to be cast by your parent because of your inhuman that you are displaying to them. So you must be wise. Now let's look at family aspect. We have talked about family. Let's look at in-law. The first one was parent. Let's look at in-law. Don't force yourself on your son or daughter-in-law's life because you call yourself a family. Mother-in-law, father-in-law, there is a limit to your involvement in your children's marriage. The moment your daughter, your son gets married, there is a limit to your involvement. Many marriages today are being interfered and become very negative and toxic because of parental interference. The boy mother wants the girl to behave like she trained the girl. If the girl does not make bed the way she makes bed in her house, it means the girl is dirty. If the girl does not cook the food in the manner and pattern she cooks her food in her own house, it means the girl is not wife material. If the girl does not do this and that, these are going out of boundaries. We must put boundaries to safeguard our relationship, to stop bringing negative things. Negativity in our relationship is eating up the good value that ought to be in it. The husband and wife have said we will have one child or two child. Your mother is the other side telling the man, no, we need more children, and you can't pay school fees for those children. But you are pushing behind. You are telling your daughter, no, we need to expand our family, have more children. You are telling your daughter, your son, no, she cannot tell you how many children, give her more children. And yet, you can see them suffer. You can see them not able to pay bills, but you don't want to acknowledge the fact that they are going through stress. You just want what you want, superimposing yourself. You tell your son, oh, you must give me this amount of money. If you don't give me, your wife is evil. You must be doing this for me. No. We should make our boundaries to be very obvious. The Bible itself said, when a man marries, let him depart from his parents. Not departing that he can't take care of you, but because the Bible understands that you will try to influence them. You will try to influence them, and this is the truth. There is no woman who wants your mother to be the one running her home. Even your mother never wanted your father's family to run hers. So why is she running yours? We get too carried away that we are becoming too overprotective until we are beginning to hurt one another. We start hurting our own children. We start tormenting our own children. We start making our children to have broken marriages because of our serious interference. It is very unhealthy to live in a toxic, a negative environment. It comes with negative energy, and those energy, they can deplete your strength and leave you with nothing. So you must be careful how you involve yourself, even if you are a family, how you involve yourself. Even some mother connives with daughter-in-law to be taking money from their son. Just because you are selfish. Know your boundary as a mother-in-law. So that, or as a father-in-law, majorly father-in-laws, very few of them are actually never involved in family dramas. It is we women who are so available for dramas. May God deliver us from it in Jesus' name. Number two, what mother-in-laws or father-in-laws should stop doing to avoid negativity that will start bringing toxic relationship is don't have too much expectation from your daughter-in-law or from your son-in-law. Stop having too much expectation. Because sometimes maybe the guy came with a good car. Now you expect that the mud house you have refused to build for yourself for some reasons between you and God and journey of life. You see the guy's car and say, with this car, he should be able to build me a new house in the next 1 year. So your expectation becomes high. When the guy does not build the house between now and a 1 year time, you feel like he's not what you deserve. You feel like he's not the kind of man you wish for your daughter because your expectation has been denied. When you have too much expectation that is hidden, who can fulfill it? It takes the grace of God for maybe our children, our in-laws to come and be a good blessing to the family. Because once someone gets married, just like when you got married, you started focusing on how to build your own home. And that's why you were able to have your children. So likewise, your son-in-law or your daughter-in-law, once they get married, they feel obligated to build a family of value. But when you as a mother-in-law, as a father-in-law, you have already seen a wife or a daughter, maybe she's from a wealthy family or something, and you have already in your mind, you are expecting, I should be giving a monthly allowance. Some even get upset when they are not giving. Don't have too much expectation. Believe in God who has created you. And trust God that every good thing your children will desire to give to you. Don't put pressure. Don't call your daughter and tell her, if in the next 2 years you are not able to do this looking roof. That roof has been leaking when that girl was 8 years. Even before she got married. Now, because you have seen one man, you are telling her, if this roof is not fixed, with that pressure, she goes into that relationship with demands. When she brings those demands, she becomes hostile. She becomes toxic. The environment becomes very negative, very like it's not healthy, it's not conducive for inhabitation. A negative environment, effect of a negative environment can be very dangerous in our life. We must be careful. Then the uncle part of it, these are part of people who are in our family. Most uncles and aunties, I don't know for what reason, they like to be very judgmental over everything. They like to be very judgmental. If you are unfortunate to be in a family where your uncle makes her children good and makes your mother's children evil, they hide their children and they judge you in a harsh way. It could be auntie, it could be uncle. They will speak to you or they will talk things about you. Let's assume, let me take a scenario. Maybe you got pregnant when you are in school. It's an unfortunate situation. But some aunties and uncles, the way they will handle it they will not know they are destroying their same daughter or son. They might handle it so hostile because they have expectation or they feel you have disgraced them. Nobody will be happy to be disgraced in the family. But there are things that when they happen, uncles add extra fire. They either feel comfortable to see you get destroyed. I don't know why this is like this. Or maybe I'm the one who is seeing it from my perspective. But I did a research. And I realized that most of the negative relationship or effects of negative relationship is centered with family misconducts. People not putting boundaries. People not knowing what to do and how to do it. So they do things they ought not to do, and it makes their life of their siblings or their I don't know if I should call them their daughter or what, to be unbearable. So you must know as an auntie or as an uncle, when they tell you that that boy went and robbed, you should be able to call him as a son and advise, not condemning. The more we condemn our children, or the more we join hands to demonize our children, the more we are destroying their lives. You must be very supportive as an uncle. Remember, when Rebecca was having problem in his home, he sent his son to the uncle. These days, some uncles can even turn you against your own parents. Some uncle can become a very big problem. Imagine uncles raping his brother's children. You take your children to your uncles, they go there, they start sleeping with your daughters or aunties. Now the children were supposed to be in a safe hand, but because of these toxic things in the relationship and in our mind, even when we are Christians, elders, we are elders in the church, we are deaconess in the church, we are praise worshippers, we belong to high society, we have good life, but still, even those who are down there, they see their cousins They see their brother's children as meat for food. It's unfortunate, but it's our reality. They worsen the situation in families. Most daughters today are not able to tell their parent how their uncle slept with them, how their so-called uncle who was in their house or who was coming to visit them or she was going to visit, how they slept with them. Who would even believe you as a young girl or as a young guy to talk? Who would believe you? No one. But many of our children, if care is not taken, it is our relatives that are disvirgining them. It is our relative that is putting them and teaching them bad things. And you had sent that your child to go stay with that your auntie or that your uncle so that she can learn ABC. And she's coming back with a broken virginity. And yet she cannot speak about it. Negative life. The life is so like it is well. Because of time. Uncles, most uncles are not truly supportive uncles. They are more condemning than supporting. They are more judgmental, like I earlier said, than supporting. And they always run away from their uncle or auntie responsibility. It is very rare. You see aunties who can really pay your school fees, who can take care of your bills, and they are doing it not because you even ask, but because they know maybe your mother don't have or your father don't have, and they go extra mile to take care of you. It's very rare. But they can make your life miserable freely without minding. Now, don't allow people who cannot control their emotions around for too long in your life. Anyone you start noticing that they allow their emotion to destroy you, their negative way of mindset, negative way of reactions, to the point that you don't feel yourself anymore. You start feeling like you are not there. You start feeling like you are out. Your life is no longer what it is. When that begins to happen, you should be able to run. Don't wait until you become a victim before you will run. No. See, I have always said this. Evil has an easy way to destroy good things. People don't learn good things. They like to stay in their bad things. They can be good pretenders, but deep inside of their heart, whatever you are giving to them, they might not be willing to take. Inside their heart, they are just waiting. Some people can pretend when they don't have money. They can pretend that they are even listening. Some people can pretend when they don't have opportunity. Some people can pretend when they are before you. When they are out of view, hey, you will know their true nature. So don't allow people who tend to have emotional imbalance to stay too long in your space. They will kill you. That's your uncle, that's your sister, that's your mother's sister, who is always very angry, always very bitter, and never sees anything good in your life. Please run. Run, because if you keep listening that you don't have head, one day you will not have that head. People that should be around you in 2024 is people who are ready to uplift you. People who are going to be bringing positive influence in your life. People who are going to make your life to add value. Run away from anyone who does not grow and does not learn. They have problem in learning, even when they know what they learn has been. They have bad manners. They know, even them they know. Like me, there are some things I do, I still pray to God. Hey, God, help me on this. I'm still struggling with this. We know what is not good and what is not right. We know when we fail and when we are failing. If you have a good conscience and a sound mind, you should know when you are incompetent with yourself. When you have failed you should know. There are people that they are a burden to people. This year, avoid those kind of people. People who are not going to be able to make a difference, because you need smart people around you. If you don't have smart people around you, you are going to be depressed this year. You are going to be depressed this year. So avoid people who are negative. People who cannot have vision. They don't have vision. They don't have goals they are striving to achieve. They don't have new dreams. They don't have anything to show. They are just idiotic in nature. And maybe they come to you for marriage, love, sibling things. Even your own blood sister or your own blood brother, ask them, what is your goal for this year? Scrutinize it. If they are not going where you are going, also run. You will say, I said it. Because the Bible says good manners can be corrupt. You can have good heart and be destroyed by bad people. And let me tell you, bad people always have a way of painting you evil. So don't be around them. If they can't make you to be like them, they will come against your good characters. Right inside their heart, they cherish your personality. But they can't become like you. Because they have already told themselves it's not possible to be like Justina. Or even better than Justina, if there is any good thing you feel you can see as a modeling. You can't. When you start noticing that, don't wait to be beaten. Run. Do you know the environmental atmosphere we are now? The food system, the educational system, the transportation system, many systems that is in this earth right now, they are systems that if you don't have wisdom, they can drain you into madness. So you don't need too much dramas in your life in 2024. So that you can think well, you can act right, you can know how to navigate with your life. So avoid negative relationship. Whether they are your direct family or indirect family, avoid it. Don't allow yourself to be mortgaged by these people. I hope you are dropping your questions so that we'll be able to take it. I'm almost wrapping up that. The types of persons you always allow them in your life, the types of persons you allow in your life can be the problem in your life. I used to realize something. There were some few people that used to make me feel like I have a problem. You see, when God tells me, jump up, I jump. Now, I started seeing some people who, when God said jump, they walk. They start walking. And when they walk, definitely they might get the result or not at the same time. But they started making me to feel like maybe I'm the one with the problem. Why should I jump when I'm being told to jump? But when I went to look at the English word and I put them together, I realized that it is me who is listening and doing what I am being told. Because if someone tells you, run and walk, they are movement. Both of them are movement. You are walking, it's a movement. You are running, it's a movement. But running is faster than walking. So somebody can tell you, I'm walking, let's not run, let's walk. You are disobeying the order of the English word. It is run, not walk. When you are told, sit, don't stand. When you are said sit, it means you should sit down. That's how somebody becomes intelligent. When you go to an exam hall and your teacher tells you, define economics, and you define economics and start giving other types of economics and what. Yes, you are speaking good English, but you are out of context. So you must make sure that the people that is around your life are the people that you need, except you don't plan to be great. That's why many great people have a lot of enemies. When you want to become great, when you want to be astounding, you will have a lot of enemies, because those people who does not want to climb the ladder of success, they will start feeling bad that you are running instead of working with them. And you don't have any explanation to give people as long as you are in the right track. Be focused. Your focus will distinguish you in the end of the matter. So learn not to be in negative relationship. This negative relationship we are having as mothers, as father, as siblings, as what, it is too bad. Some of us, our siblings are happy when we are in pain. Because of what? Some things that has happened in the family that wasn't resolved. Families are more united when people die than celebrating when you are successful. Imagine this kind of environment. How do people survive? I thank God for the heart He gave to me, that He has been able to make me to be able to stand. Irrespective of what you think about me, I don't care. It is your personal opinion and it is up to you. It won't tie my legs, it won't tie my hand, it won't tie my brain, and I don't care what you think. I will only make sure I don't step on anyone's toes so that my journey will be successful. So I encourage you that is here, ensure that you are in the right track in your relationship so that you won't regret. It might look very tough, but it is the truth to survive. We are here to survive. We are here to be outstanding. We are here to make an impact. Families should respect boundaries. Parents, respect boundaries. When your children are married, respect boundaries. Your children, if they don't take care of their marriage and they get you involved, then that's when you give authoritative commands. But when they are able to take care of themselves, you just keep praying and trusting God as you move forward. But Christianity must get it right if we want to save our society. I want to take questions because of time. I can see my time is going. Mama, in a situation where children respect only one parent and dishonor the other, which role one can play to win respect for other one from the notorious children? Okay, what brings disrespect to one parent is when the children can see that there are things you are not doing right. You see, children live by observation. Children live, they can say, Mama is always busy or Papa is always busy. Papa is always giving me this, buying me that, taking me to school, taking me to church, doing this for me. Children sees. So they put their allegiance where they feel is more into them. That's why some fathers feel like mothers are the one talking to their children, not to be close to them. But the truth is, it's not all mothers that does that. When fathers are not at home, you go out, your children don't even see you week to week. They don't know you until on Saturday. And that Saturday, you will be sleeping in the room. You wake up by 11. You go out by 12. You come back by midnight. In the morning when they are going to church, if you will allow them to go to church, you will be sleeping on the bed. You won't go to church with them as family. By the time they are coming back from church, you are already out with your friends. You are a guest in the house. So they can't reckon with you. Or maybe when you come back home as a man, I'm using men and like a mother and father as a case study. You come back to the house, right at the gate entrance, you are screaming, who dropped this here? I'm going to kill all of you. I'm going to do this, bomb, back, boss. Children lose that respect. Children live by observation. Check what you are doing that is wrong. If you correct what is wrong that you are doing that they have been observing, even then we start saying, mommy has changed, daddy has changed. Even if your wife is a prostitute, moving around with different men, their children will also disrespect them. Because they will start imagining, what is all these people? Who are all these people? And they will come after their mother. So the best way to win them back is to know which area you are failing. Be concerned on which area you are not being recognized as a parent, so that you can meet up and God will now help you. Mama, what if after growing up you realize that the decision your parents were making for you are actually wrong, maybe out of lack of knowledge or ignorance? How can one handle this to avoid negativity? That is when you are able to make your own decision, and you have gotten to know that the few things or the things that you have learned from home, they aren't the best for you at this junction of your life. What do? You start unlearning. Let's assume in your house you don't greet. Now you are out there, you wake up and you see people saying, how are you, good morning, and you felt good. People are telling you good morning and you felt like, wow, this is nice. What do? You learn how to now say, hi, good morning. When you go back home for a visit, don't forget to greet everyone. Don't forget to introduce it. You can actually bring it into the system of the family. It is very important to understand out there what is different with your father's house. I am coming from Oshago and I'm in Nairobi. In Nairobi here, people don't go to farm in the morning immediately because there is no much farm like it is in Oshago. Oh, so what am I supposed to do? They don't go to farm, but they do house choice. You see, you in Oshago, maybe you need to go to farm before you go to house choice. Now, our farm in the city is our house choice to start with. So, when you realize the difference, you are heading to a resurrecting and a transformation direction. Not realizing or refusing to say, no, even if I'm in Nairobi, I need to go to farm. So you see your neighbor who is growing maize and you say, neighbor, let me come and help you to grow the maize. I am good in growing maize. And yet you didn't come to grow maize. So our parents cannot give us everything we need. But the basic things they have given to us, when you go out there and you see that it is not fitting in where your society is, you unlearn and relearn. That is why our life is a continuous progress. I pray this is helping us. Mama, how can I handle a teenager that is challenging me and I don't want to hurt my child, or him or her is getting under my nerves badly? You must sit that child down and talk to that child. Don't assume, because when they are growing into that teenage, there is something that makes them feel we are all together, especially if it's a girl. She has breast. You are now also having that breast. Her boobs is pushing out. Even yours has pushed and won't push anymore. Or they have pubic hairs. So they are now feeling like, yeah, some of them, their voice is already going deep. They are feeling some things that they are making them feel like, now, I think this is the time to to tell my parents, sit them down. Don't keep quiet. If you use the method of forcefulness, you might miss or misinterpret your good intention to the child. So sit the child down and say, Andrew, when you want to talk to mom, you must put your words in this manner. Don't throw words on me. Don't walk out on me. Don't talk when I'm still talking to you. Don't spank your brother or your sister when I'm not around. These things I'm telling you, it's very important, and I want you to understand it. If you disobey them, this is your punishment. That will help the child to reshaping their attitude, not by you fighting or attacking. Another question. Mama, in the process of buying gift to your parents as form of honor, you discover that they are using the gift to tie up your finance or bewitching. What should you do? That's an unfortunate situation. If they are using it as an attack against you, it's an unfortunate situation. So what you do, whenever you want to give gift, disconnect yourself from the gift, or you use another person to give them the gift, since they might not be interested in everybody to destroy. Maybe they are interested in you because of your greatness. So if you have other siblings, you can use them to reach out to them, or you can buy something that is generally used in the house, or you send money through M-Pesa using other people's phone number. You just have your way out. But I believe also you can pray and believe in your prayer that nobody can use what belongs to you. Whatever that comes out of you is fire. When they take it anywhere, they will be burnt, including the person they took it to. Mama, when you notice that your spouse is always torturing you mentally, you have talked to them, but they don't want to change. What should you do? They are torturing you and they don't want to change. I think you have to devise a means to also allow them to feel the same nature. They have to feel something that will make them to know that what they are doing is wrong. Because it is emotional. See, physical abuse is very easy. Mental abuse is the worst. Mental abuse can kill someone from the inside. And the worst part of it, nobody can tell. Nobody can tell you are being abused, because you are not bleeding with blood that can be seen. So you are going to just be dying right inside there with nobody seeing what you are going through. You cannot. Nobody sees. So mental abuse is very serious. And most people who are mentally abused, they start having memory loss. They start having abnormality in their attitude. They start having low self-esteem and always believe everybody is after them or against them. So if the man refuses to listen to you, you must take a very drastic action. A very drastic action. Let me use an example. We live in the same house and you always speak to me in a very bad way. You pour water on me before my children, beat me up, or do all manner of things. I go to occasion with you. When I try to stand up, you insult me publicly. You drag me down and say, don't move out from here. Who do you think you are? You do all manner of nasty things to that person. The moment that is done, please go back, cry, and ask yourself some questions. How long will this continue? How is this destroying me? What am I supposed to do? When you are able to ask yourself, how long are you going to take it? If you feel like you can't take it anymore, you need to call for help. Call for help. Call your pastor, call your parent, call their friends, and tell them straight on, if this continues like this, instead of me to die with you, I rather have peace. And if this person doesn't change even after your bitter complaints, I think you know the best thing to do. Because if you die today, they will still move on. So nobody should abuse anyone. We all have equal rights and equal benefits. Nobody is superior to any other person. Don't allow anybody to make you feel they are superior than you. No. We are all one, and we are all going somewhere at the end of it all. So be wise with yourself and don't allow somebody to humiliate you unnecessarily and destroy your mental ability. I think the last question I'm seeing here. Mama, what should I do when my parents are toxic? Force me to practice in culture activities that are wrong, and I don't want to make them feel bad and disrespected. Yeah, when you are still within their age, you always pray even as they make you do anything. When you get to that age where you are matured and you are able to stand for yourself, that's when you now start dropping those things. Because if your father, for instance, or your mother is into diabolism, they will go there, they will get diabolical things, they will come and say, oh, they have given me this red cloth to tie for my children. If I don't tie it, you are not my child. You see, if you start fighting, you will make a lot of noise. They can still tie it. Your heart is where it stands. Because once you are under their custody, you must be sensitive with them. That's why I say we must learn to have boundaries. In churches, when we are doing marriage counseling, we must learn how to have boundaries. We should teach it in churches. Mama, this is your boundaries. This is how you train your children. Children, this is what you are supposed to do. Your parents, how to treat your parents, how to treat others. Like me, sometimes I always tell my children, even if you have many friends, they will never be your biological sister or brothers. So when you choose your friends above your own family, you are the one losing and your friends are gaining. And those your friends, they might not choose you the way you have chosen them. So we must also sound these things in our churches. In these platforms like this, we should have how to treat our issues as Christians. We should not shy away from them or refuse to deal with them. I think I take this one for the last. Mama, how can a parent deal with toxic child while still standing for them spiritually and keep praying for their deliverance? Dealing with toxic child as a parent is very traumatizing because you are dealing with an attitude of an ungrateful child and also an arrogant person. To an extent, some of them, they can start even making you feel like you are the victim, you are the problem, or you are the one who is tormenting them, not them. And yet your plan for them is to make them successful, and so that tomorrow If you are not there, they can stand for themselves and they will not suffer so much. When you have such kind of child who is so ungrateful to the little or many things you are doing, sometimes you have to let them go. It might be painful from the outside, but if they feel like they are your source of bread, sometimes you have to let them go. Allow them to do. Maybe when they get burnt, they will realize that, by the way, my mother, my father was being nice to me. Because sometimes you can chase these people and kill yourself, and they will still don't become anything even after your struggle. Another thing is sit them down and give them ultimatums. Between now and 3 years, if you are not through with ABCD, count me out of your life and be firm in your decision. Because they can't be going backward and frontward. If you are doing the same, maybe they won't be able to be where they are today. So they should understand that maturity is not by growing breasts or beards. It's about being responsible enough to make a useful impact in your life, in your parents' life, and in your society. So be frank. Be frank with your child. Give them ultimatum. Even Jesus got to a point where God told him, my dear, die on the cross. He called as usual. God did not answer. And he cried and said, why have thou forsaken me? And he died. But when he died, the Father honored him. So we must get to a point where our children, we need to be firm on them if we want them to become. And they must know this is an ultimatum. You do this, you get this. You don't do this, you don't get this. It is so unfair. I see these characters in young boys and young girls today, and I tell God, please give us parents the heart to bear this pain. Because you are denying yourself good clothes, sleep. You are working while they are drinking. You are working while they are having sex. You are working while they are on Facebook and online watching things or pornography. And you are not able to even have a minute's rest. You give them this money, they go squander it on their girlfriend or their boyfriend, and yet all is all infatuations. So it is really a tough one, but we are more than conqueror. Get to that point where you have to put your feet on the ground and say, my dear, it is either a spade or a shovel, and be firm and leave it for God. There are people who came to this earth, they didn't have parents, and they were not useless. So if you have parents and you don't want me to help you, I will allow you to help yourself. If you succeed, glory to God. If you fail, glory to God. But I will make sure I have done my part. That's the best way you can do it. If you don't avoid the stress they will bring on you, you will live your life taking hypertensive drugs. And they might not even be there one day to buy you those drugs, even if they are the cause of your sickness. I always tell parents, let go. Don't kill yourself. We did not wish to have bad children. Some of them are being manipulated. That's why we will keep praying for them. So that the day their manipulator will get tired, they can be free. But if you don't live a life of carefulness, you might die before their deliverance. And nothing will change. If you die today, your child will continue living. Your child will not say, because mama, because papa loved me, I want to go to the grave with him or her. If you even push that child in the grave, he will run away and leave you. So that's the tragedy about life. But we are more than conqueror. I want to encourage everyone. Maybe you are going through any negative relationship right now that is impacting negative things in your life, depression. Please know what fits you, know what you want, know what you deserve. Don't allow people to give you what you don't deserve. Allow yourself to be treated the way you feel you need to be treated. Avoid unnecessary friendship. Avoid unnecessary relationship. I believe as we continue by the grace of God, as we continue by next week, I will be looking into other things. I think that is related to the same topic. Next week I will take friends. Next week I will take friends as relationship. This one, in fact, these 8 topics, I know it is a bomb. This 8 is a bomb. Next week we'll look at friends, because also many of us has been dragged down by friends. So watch out. We are already live. Tell people that Mama is back. I am streaming live. And remember, tomorrow is our rescue service. Try to come. Invite someone as you are coming. And see you online on Thursday in Kingdom Secret. That one is burning. See you. God bless you. Shalom.